a wee slip drawn water. Me old man at the plough. Got no grown-up son or daughter. And that's the way we're farming now. No work and little pleasure was the cry before they went. Now they've got both full measure and I ought to be content. Great wages men is given in the land beyond the sea, but 'tis lonely, lonely living when the childer is away. Up to see the baby in the cradle, blue eyes and golden hair, God knows I'd give a great deal to see little Peter there. I know he'd find it funny to be lying here in me arm, him that's making such good money on a California farm. £6 or was it 7 he sent last quarter day, but 'tis lonely, lonely living when the childer is away. Ah, God is good, none better, and the devil might be worse. Each month there comes a letter with something in the purse. And the old man's heart rejoices when I read they're doing fine. But 'tis all to hear their voices and feel their hands in mine. To see the cattle driving and the young ones making hay, 'tis a lonely land to live in when the childer is away. When the shadows do be falling on the old man there and me, I can't keep from calling, come in, childer, to your teeth. I can almost see them coming, Mary Kate and little Con. Ah, but I'm a foolish woman, sure they're all grown up and gone. That our sins may be forgiven, and not one go astray. I doubt I'd stay in heaven if them childer was away.
Country, upon farewell, my bitter anguish no tongue can tell, or I'm forced to fly o'er the ocean wide, from the home I love, by Lough Sheelin side. So proud was I of my girl so tall, I was envied most by the young men all. When I brought her blushing, my bashful bride, to my cottage home, by Lough Sheelin side. But all our joys were too good to last, and the landlord came our young hopes to blast. In vain we pleaded for mercy, no, and he hurled us forth in the blinding snow. No one dared open or us their door, or else his vengeance would reach them sure. My Mary Fane in my arms died, as the snow lay deep on the mountain side. I raised my hands to the heavens above, and I said one prayer for my lifeless love. May the God of vengeance, I wildly cried, avenge the death of my murdered bride. We laid her down in the churchyard low, where in the springtime the wild flowers grow. I shed no no tears, for the font had dried on that woeful night by Lough Sheelin side. So farewell, my country, farewell, friend, are the big ships waiting, and I must prepare. But my fond heart will forever abide in my Eileen's grave by Lough Sheelin side.
That you remind me of paper roses, paper roses. Oh, how real those roses seem to be, but they're only like your imitations of Barney. I thought that you would be the perfect lover. You seem so full of sweetness at the start, but like that big red rose that's made of paper, there isn't any sweetness in your heart. Paper roses, paper roses. Oh, how real those roses seem to be, but they're only imitation, like your imitations of Barney.
One fine March morning, I heard New Orleans adieu. I took the road to Jacksontown, my fortune to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain. When I fell in love with my Creole girl by the lakes of Poncetrane, she took me into her mama's house and treated me right well. The hair upon her shoulder in jet black ringlets fell. To try to paint her beauty, I knew 'twould be in vain. So handsome was my Creole girl by the lakes of Poncetrane. I asked her if she she had a lover, and he was far at sea. She said that she would wait for him, and true she would remain, till he returned to his Creole girl by the lakes of Poncetrane. So fare thee well, my Creole girl, I'll never see you more, and I'll not forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at each social gathering a flowing bowl I'll drain, and I'll drink a health to my Creole girl by the lakes of Poncetrane.
A bold and undaunted fox who never was before on tramp. My rent, rates and taxes I was willing for to pay. I lived as happy as King Sol, and loved me neighbours great and small. I had no animosity for either friend nor foe, and I made my den in prime good lands between Tipperary and Lough, where my forefathers lived for 300 years or more. But now of late I was betrayed by one who was a fool and knave. He told me I should quit the place and show me face no more. But as soon as he ejected me, I thought 'twas time that I should flee. I stole away his ducks and geese, and murdered all his drakes, and I knew I could no longer stand, because he hadn't the hounds at hand. So I tightened up me garters, and then I was away. But soon there was a great lookout by land and sea to find me out. From Belfast town to Dublin Quay, and along the raging sea, by telegraph they did insert this great reward for my arrest. My figure, size and form, and my name without a doubt. They searched the rocks, the gulfs, the bays, the ships and liners at the quays, the ferry boats and steamers as they were going to sea. All around the coast they took a steer, from Poolbeg Lighthouse to Cape Clear, Killarney town and Shuí, and then crossed into Clare. Ah, but when they landed on the shore, they searched Kilroy's from head to toe. The bathing baths at Murrintown, called otherwise Mourne Bay, and Galway being a place of fame, they thought was there I would remain. But still their journey was in vain, for I gave them like the veil. They searched the train in Ordenmore as she was leaving for Athlone, and every wagon, coach and car that went along the road, and Connemara being remote, they thought was there I would resort. And then when they got weary, they resolved to try Mayo. In Swinford town, where I lay down, I heard a dreadful cry of hounds. I took another notion to retaliate the chase. Ah, but I been weary from the road, I took a glass at 4:30. Then I was renovated while the hounds were getting weak. The night got dark in Castlebar, I knew not how to find me way, for I'd neither den nor manger for to shield me from the cold. Ah, but when the moon began to shine, I said I'd make for a foreign clime. Now I'm in the land of liberty, and me Maid is my companion. Lassies in Banyan, 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 Banyan. There are three lovely lassies in Banyan, and I am the best of them all. And I am the best of them all. Now my father has 40 white shillings, shillings, shillings. Now my father has 40 white shillings, and the grass of a goat and a cow, and the grass of a goat and a cow. Now my mother, she says I can marry, marry. And my mother, she says I can marry, and she'll leave me her bed when she dies. And she'll leave me her bed when she dies. So I send my old shoes to be mended, 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 mended. So I send my old shoes to be mended, and me petticoat to be light green, and me petticoat to be light green. So on next Sunday morning I'll meet him, meet him, meet him, meet him. On next Sunday morning I'll meet him, and I shall be dressed like a queen, and I shall be dressed like a queen. There are three lovely asses in Banyan, 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 Banyan. There are three lovely asses in Banyan to draw me on my wedding day. To draw me on my wedding day.
Anna Kli Egli Tantir Kalachme I Katmanam Div the Bill the Wali the Brewer the whole Gadam Glef in a ray May I just the sword left Yeni lerdam man balach akul es a kharid ma klef tan shlecht mishel Jared lockling our cleat and galler in raw Hara good me Roche Nima Christing across Akiro Care for Narkatning me Shearing is Kilga Gerti Cartlar Macree Castle Banshee Say Glogville Di Clementi a squeal classer di gro Shade Dorchio si shall imri resinin to so No heche pangri has squealer a say bro
Find your way, Johnny.
I am a rambling Irishman, I have rambled up and down, still searching for my equal, the likes I ne'er can find. I ne'er saw one I can call my own, till I came to Mourne shore. And 'tis there I spied the prettiest girl, and she holds my heart in store. The first time that I met my love, it was in Kilkee town. I viewed her mild behaviour as she walked up and down. She was fairer than the Queen of May, and for beauty she had more. She is the darling of my heart, and she dwells on Mourne shore. The next time that I met my love, it was on Mourne strand. She stepped up unto me, and I gave to her my hand. I put my arms around her waist, and gave her kisses sweet. And I said, my fair young Mourne girl, won't you pan the road with me? To pan the road with you, young man, I am a year too young. And besides, all you Lurgan lads have a false and a flattery tongue. But even sun was coming down, and she could no longer stand. So she fell into my arms on the banks of Mourne strand. Then when she came unto herself and saw what she had done, she wrung her hands and tore her hair, saying, forever I'm undone. Will you marry me, my Lurgan land, as you promised me before? And my father will divide his land on the banks of Mourne shore. Oh, I'll tell you, as you told me, I am a year too young. And besides, oh, all you Mourne girls have a false and a flattery tongue. And if ever I live to come of age, my vows I will take oath, and I will marry you, my Mourne girl, on the banks of Mourne shore.
And that thing sits on it. I'm a shy red-haired woman called Brigid McCann, and for years I've been wanting to marry a man. I don't care if he's fat, if he's tall or he's slight, I just want to keep warm of a cold winter's night. I'm sick in the heart and I'm sad and forlorn, my bloomers are old and my petticoats torn.
Give it the quill again.
One to the now, and you need band. I've chased him at hoolies, at dances and fairs. I've travelled through Kerry, through Limerick and Clare. I'm afraid that I'll burst or go queer in the head if I don't find some owl man to warm up me bed. A fine black-haired tinker came calling one day, a fine-looking man with a swaggering way. I spread 2 pounds of powder all over my dial, and I bid him sit down and to rest for a while. No, ma'am, says he, sure I must cut along. You're a nonsense, says I, sure the night is still young. There's a fine feather bed away up in our room, and the older the fiddle, the sweeter the tune. I could see he was game when I stripped by the fire. His own eyes, they were crazy with love and desire. When I got to me bloomers, he let out a roar. He jumped through the window, I saw him no more. I'm sick in the heart and I'm sad and forlorn. When will I ever get an old man of me own? But I'll keep on hoping till I'm grey in the head. Maybe someday I'll find an old man in me bed. Now all you young women who are cosy at night, keep your hand on your man when you snuggle up tight. Keep him happy and satisfied, warm and fed. Sure I'd swap me red bloomers for an old man in bed.
From Town, the Atlantic the crowd. He parted with his family at the quayside of Ural. His mother smiled above her tears, as Irish mothers do. She said goodbye, Godspeed you son, my blessings go with you. And so lad named Kennedy, they parted for the sea. Just another emigrant, or so it seems to be. But little did he realize that through him on fine day, through destiny, Kennedy would rule the USA. Now he got a job, and later on, as he moved out of town, he met and wed an Irish lass, and soon they settled down. His sons they wed in Irish blood, his grandson did the same. He wed the Rose of Boston Gales, Fitzgerald was her name. Now another generation passed, another worldwide war. Then John Fitzgerald Kennedy, he became a senator. He fought a great election in a land so far away, when the people made him president, all Irish hearts were gay. Now the great John F. to Europe came in 1963, and everywhere he went they cried, we want John Kennedy. He visited the Emerald Isle, where many years before an emigrant from Town sailed from shore. Now a bullet from a rifle done a Kennedy of day. The world had stood in sadness as the word was called red. Now a widow attends a graveside with 2 orphans by her side. He fought for peace and freedom, and for this he lived and
I can hear the cricket chirping his cheery little song, and the wind moan in the chimney all night long. I can see the turf fire burning beneath its snow-white pile, and there, all smooth and mellow, is the Taepot by the fire. I never saw it empty, it always was replete, like the marriage feast at Cann, a providential feat. It was a perfect potion. It left nothing to desire. One got nectar fit for angels from the Taepot by the fire. I can picture my old mother seated on her Sugan chair as she gently fanned the bellows when the sparks flew up the air. Oh, she was a perfect hostess and never once did tire from refueling with her largesse the Taepot by the fire. The neighbour with the message came in to have a slug. The tinker and the homeless were regaled with brim and mug. The doctor and the curate and the men of daily hire all received a brim and cuppa from the Taepot by the fire. A sad, sweet memory haunts me wherever I may be, how we used to kneel down to say the rosary, and to what heights of meditation did we all aspire when refueled with strong libations from the Taepot by the fire. Let the memory of the rising sun peering through the morning mist, and the footing of a rainbow by some quiet water's kiss, or of some treasured heirloom handed down to son from sire. Oh, how I treasure my sweet memories of the Taepot.
Village, not many miles away, there lived a rich and aged man whose hair was torn.
Raglan road on an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I might one day rue. I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief befall me at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tripped lightly along the lane of a deep ravine where can be seen the words of passion play. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts, and I not making hay. Oh, I love too much, and by such is happiness thrown away. Well, I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her the secret sign that's known to the artist to have known those lone gods of sound and stone. With her words and tint, oh, without stint, I gave her poems to say. with her own name there, and her own dark hair, like clouds over fields of Maid. On a quiet street where all ghosts meet, I see her walking down. Away from me so hurriedly, my reason must allow that I not loved her as I should, this creature made of clay. When the angel and the clay lose his wings at the dawn of day.
Round Larkin's Cross, tantalising tinkers, and every day you can hear him bray when he puts on the winkers. Oh, a place to halt for a ball of malt is all I want for Christmas, but nameless Nick will use his stick as sure as God me witness. Now I've camped down here for 50 years and I've lived in peace and splendour, but since women's lid cast off her bib, she's overcome by grandeur. Oh, the Barntown crowd must feel right proud for putting their boot in it, but a collar and hams is all the same to jackass, mule and gin. Now the town of Mourne, in the town of Mourne, the tinkers won the battle of the people. Now you'll see no fewer than two to a door, eating bread and treacle. Williams's bread went to their heads, likewise the doctor's needle. Now they all mix up like mongrel pups, the young, the old and feeble. The county council man brought out a plan for to put an end to hardship, a camp and site for to stay the night, and grass to feed the ass with. So if you go down to Wexford town and past the cross of Larkins, you'll see local clods and tinkers' dogs face to face and barking. I'm the dandy son of Billy's John, and I come from Wexford, Ireland, with the latest news of Barntown's views. Soweto is my sireland, for there's flays and lice and prejudice around Fort Mountain's borders, and Dairy Lane is all to blame for bringing it up this far.
Sometimes when you're feeling important, sometimes when your ego's in blue, sometimes when you take it for granted you're the best qualified in the room, sometimes when you feel that you're going with even on still of a goal, just follow this great example and see how it humbles your soul. Put your hand in a bucket of water, put it in right up to the wrist. Take it out, and the hole that remains is a measure of how much of it is. You can splash oil like as you enter, you can stir up the water below, you take it out, and you'll find that in a minute it stays just the same as before. There's a moral in this quaint example: just do the best that you can. Be proud of yourself, but remember, there is no indispensable man.
Good man.
We're going to a dance, and I said that I'd try and compare, if you remember. But to the days of my youth, the lady was there, so I sat down, shut up, and watched them prepare. Oh, there's no such a thing as asking permission, that's not done anymore. Now I remember my sisters at home to be begging and asking for 3 weeks before. And after listening to all the rules and regulations, I heard them again and again. And after saying the rosary, the last thing they heard was, be sure and be back here by 10. Now it's nearly midnight before they'd even try to get ready, and then the hullabaloo will start. And before they be finished and ready, they'll go to have every effing room in the house full of heart. I remember young Mary coming down to the kitchen, Mammy, she says, what will I do? My hair wasn't washed since last Tuesday, and the lads have used all the shampoo. Well, she says, I tell you the way I used to wash it, but you wouldn't listen to me anymore. You get a fine bar of soap and a basin of water from the tub outside the back kitchen door. And then was the times that it had to be washed, but sure there's no one to listen to me now. What would you do if you were milking by hand and your head twice a day stuck in the ribs of a cow? And then young Johnny came along with his new electric razor, stuck it into a hole in the wall, had himself shaved in a minute and he used no water at all. I remember the first time I used the cutthroat, there was blood all over the place. From shaving the heads and the temples that were dotted all over my face. I remember my father coming into the yard the first time I ever heard a man using a nose bush in the name of God, what is wrong with you, or there's somebody after cutting your throat. And then we were talking about this great band that was coming. Oh, Dickie the Cop or something said it. No one all over Ireland for his music and TV and radio fame. And when they told me how much he was charging, I got down there dying of the fright. They thought he was reasonable enough at £2,000 for the night. And I thought of Ballymitty's lost long ago when we danced to the good old Irish tunes. With Hanny Gale on the melodeon and my mother on the fiddle and Mickey McGuire on the spoons. For the reels and the jigs and the set tunes, no better music could be found. And God only knows they weren't hard on the money. Sure, they play all night for £1. And I've forgotten the rest. Drove into the yard. You swear it was on the Mace Road he was driving there, they'd not have been chased by the yard. He must have been doing 70 pulling up at the door, and he had his jam on his brakes to pull up, with his elbow sticking out in the window or the rail shore side of the pup. But in my time he wouldn't do anything like that. No one would even hear the light. He'd meet her half a mile away. You need meet her half a mile away from the house and bring her along on the bar of the bike. The other night I thought I heard a cow calving in the little field at the back of the house. So I got out of the bed as quiet as I could and I crept down the stairs like a mouse. And when I opened the door and looked out in the yard, I never got such a surprise. Here was these couples and them mooching away right in front of me eyes.
Yeah.
All I could see was the tops of their heads from where I stood in the yard, where I stood in the hall. And they looked at me as much as they say, I no business being there at all. Well, I never went out to look at the cow, but sometimes I'm thinking that I should. I turned on my heel and went back to my bed and let her calf the best way she could. And I says to the missus, says I, in this country gone to an awful pitch. She says, what the hell are you complaining about? She says, all we ever had was the ditch. How do you want to think to hear the likes of you talking? You never did the likes in your life. Shut up, your gobby, get into the bed with your wife.
Taylor and a girly fancy who didn't fancy him very much. Is they get over Shachar mission phone you Shayark me an annual by Yeshes the voice no. We grew with 3 lasses, a yakam of lawn no. My yard she mission if she must launch alone. Ah, you're walking up on my dear to ban. Can Lough, can put a gun, tinner, gun, day, no task. The yours, the visual, a goal, could lay him off. Ach, tired the wire, the Satish, not me laugh. Some make some hay, no rare, a foot. Oh, that's going under us, is legging who hangs stuff. Following the lap of us, laying in a glass. Is wanting for village to with the baby jazz. Ah, you're a wagini for me marar. A post man tall away and is go down my heart. A diros are margins across and she all the yard. Na see a foot there shake, Paddy's a growing car. Na chaiten rud searach ar my the bond an fair. Na chaiten rud Na chaitan rud searach mar a bong gan fair. Na chaitan rud leanamh gan bainion a bhóidín hain. Na chaitan rud oig bhean leabas gan oig ar lei. Ach dran tá seandain maidin le fáinne lei. A háiliúr ó agaí ní fós cé fós ó chu héin mar ar. Tá chuig leidig ní dóitis ó gimocht ó ha go teach. Chur sios do chósaí san taobh nach daneoch leat. Smachú is smachtaras go leamí do hón den leat. Ó dá meng ma hagar dún seandain a fósing chuin. Óig ben wasúil sin pacas mós a slid. Ina ceann bogus a mailce sí lopa siar. San chlán a bhí dacha siad mórúil nach lo a tríam. San áite míon fásca bín taine vis fásún dún. Ín ceol bín ag na machchain baint meala do bhór na Ín brad an a preaba san braceal a snáb go ré. Sma stóidín chuí leatrum ag fear eile le fáin lei.
Today, my love, a few small drops of rain. Never did I have but one true love, but in cold places is laid. Now I do as much for my true love as any young man may. I'll sit and mourn all on her grave at what month and the day. Now the 12 months and a day begun, a voice spoke from the deep. Who is it that sits all on my grave and will not let me sleep? It's I, your own true love, that sits upon your grave. For I crave one kiss from your grateful lips, and that is all that I see. Now you crave one kiss from my clay cold lips, but my breath it's dirty strong. Adieu, one kiss from my clay cold lips, and your time may not be long. Now my time be long, my time be short. Tomorrow or today,
the ladies, yeah?
With memories so glorious and grand, full nature has found us this bounty. It's the orchard of heaven's green land. While I love its cathedral city, once founded by Catholics so true, and it bears in the heart of its bosom the ashes of Brian Boru. It's my own Irish home, far across the coast. Though I oft time left it in a foreign land to roam, no matter where I wander, through cities near or far, my heart is at home in all Ireland, in the county of Birney. The travels from parts of this county, from Newtown for to Rowestown, and back through the gap from Mount Norris, and home by Blackwater again, where the girls are so gay and so hearty, none fairer than so broad, but where are the boys that in Gordon, the boys from the Armagh, it's my own Irish home, far across the foam. In a foreign land to roam, no matter where I wander, the cities near or home, sure my heart is at home in all Ireland, in the county of Armagh. Sure my heart is at home in all Ireland, in the county of Armagh.
And with the 8th I am my am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. That everyone was an enemy. They wouldn't have the other, you're a Sam. I'm a 8th old man, I'm Henry. Henry the 8th I am. The after. I'm sorry I wasn't alright.
there is a place
song
called
from the shores.
Ballybogan, and in that place two damsels dwell called Paul and Nancy Hogan. With me to Raya, Paddiddla, to Ray Paddiddlero. Now Nancy bought a little pig, and she hired me to mind it, and just like any other little pig, it carried its tail behind it. With me to Raya, Paddiddla, to Ray Paddiddlero. Now Moll, she bought another pig, and the trouble was no wonder that in a week you couldn't tell these two little pigs asunder. With me to Raya, Paddiddla, to Ray Paddiddlero. Two blackguards go on the road one day, as the two little pigs were feeding, pulled out their knives, snagged off their tails, and sent them home all bleeding. With me to Raya, Paddiddla, to Ray Paddiddlero. Now Nancy went to the court for law, before her honour's glory. Up stepped Moll to state the case, and told him the whole story. Now if your honour was a pig, and if you couldn't steal off, wouldn't you squeal and roar like any owl whore if blackguards cut your tail off? With me to Raya, Paddiddla, to Ray Paddiddlero. Now Nancy died on Saturday night, and Paul, she died on Sunday. We waked them both on Sunday eve, and we stuck them down on Monday. With me to Raya, Paddiddla, to Ray Paddiddlero, to Ray, Paddiddle, to Ray Paddiddlero.